even liking the text would have been sufficient, but like he's done nothing. So we'll see if he responds to that text.
Probably saw your TikTok. If they catch you on TikTok talking about your dating life, you're cooked. What up, guys? Today we're talking about women dating over 50. 50 years ago, most women over 50 would be married to their husbands and would be a grandma, but in 2025, that is no longer the case. Too many women divorce their husbands in their later years and come back out into the dating market and expect to find a man. Today we're going to react to this 50-year-old woman who met a guy online who was looking for dating advice. She's talking like she's in her late 20s. Oh dear. Holy shit. I mean, she looks pretty good for over 50. Can we just tell me if you guys would? Would you do it? Would, wouldn't, wouldn't?
Dating over 50 story time. So I need y'all's help because...
Do you know what? She's definitely going to get smashed and passed because I don't know if men over 50 want to remarry, but I do think she'll find a boyfriend. She looks good enough. It depends how insufferable she is. I guess we'll keep listening.
A guy is like not returning my text after like 24 hours and then he'll return my text and it's confusing me. And so
he's with other women. Yeah.
So I'm just wanted to get y'all's opinion. So I'm going to tell you a little story. So basically I have video chatted with this guy. The video chat went amazing. We matched on Bumble. This was like probably 2.5 weeks ago. And the video chat was awesome. Like we had really good deep conversation, good vibes. He was like, okay, I'm going to come into town.
For you. You don't know how it was for him. Yeah, it's a cold world in the dating market. Like you could be having a great, people will be hooking up for a year and then one will ghost, right? You can't get attached to anybody in this market. You could have a wife today, not tomorrow, right? You could, people used to stick around, no mas. On the bright side, if someone's really annoying you, you can also ghost. We gotta flip this around, ladies and the two women that are watching and the men, you know, at least I understand it's tough that your wife could leave you tomorrow, but you could also leave her if she's getting too bad. Now I know you're like, well, but she can take my money and the kids. Well, let's look at it on the bright side. Now you got more time for the new young hot things that are going to come around. And you're going to be happier in an apartment with a mattress than in a giant nice house with a miserable wife. It's going to be like men experience this like when they're finally done until she drags them back to court. It's going to be a long 18 years. I won't lie to you guys, but most men I do believe are happier after divorce if the wife doesn't screw them too hard. It depends on and if they got to be accepting, like the men that want to fight to the end, just, how do I put this? Like the men that have hope, the men that go in expecting the worst, they're going to be happier than the men that think they're going to win. You know, if they win, then they'll be happy. But okay, I'm going on a tangent. Let me go back to this lady.
He lives in Houston. He was like, I'm going to take you out on a date. So since then, he's texted me like every day. It's been great. We've had one other phone conversation. It wasn't a video call. It was just like a phone call, but it lasted like, I don't know, 30 minutes. You know, another really good talk, like good conversation, like not just about the weather, but about like good stuff, you know, deeper stuff, whatever. Nothing too deep though. And, you know, again, just really consistent with his communication, like text me, you know, once or twice a day, nothing like too much. Then this last weekend, I had my daughter's wedding. It was fabulous. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. So I'll be doing a post on Instagram and Facebook about that soon. But anyway, she got married. It was just wonderful and magical. So he told me, you know, the night of the wedding, he texted me at like 5 p.m. and was like, you know, have a great time at the wedding, thinking about you. So I texted him back and said, thank you. I'll be sure and send you some photos. Well, I didn't send him any photos that night, obviously, because I was at the wedding having a good time, right? So then the next day, which was Sunday, I sent him a text with like 3 or 4 photos and just like a text saying like, you know, here are some photos. It was such an amazing time. You know, hope you're having a great day. Okay, he doesn't return that text. He doesn't return it for 24 hours until the next morning, which was Monday. And he was like, oh, hey, good morning. Those pictures are beautiful. You looked elegant and classy and blah, blah, blah. So it was a nice compliment.
Yeah, because he was with someone else. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I said, thank you for the compliment. But still, that was like the first time that he didn't return a text taking 24 hours. Like,
yeah, and that's what they got to do. They got to give us all the attention and then slowly take it away so we start to chase them. Yep. That's the game, ladies.
I can see, like,
then they see who comes and they're like, all right, this one likes me. There you go.
like taking 2 hours, taking 3 hours, even 5 hours. But like,
she is too old to be like, this is what you do. And let's be honest, early 20s, teens, when you're older, you really should be more socially aware and just take the hint. You know what I mean? Like, if you're interested, keep showing you're interested. But like 5 hours, he's like, I got her on the hook. Now I can go do this other girl. You know what I mean? He's like, I got this one. She's hooked. Let me go bang Tracy and Stephanie, and then I'll come back to this one.
The whole entire day, especially when that day that he didn't return, it was a Sunday. So I thought, you know what? Should I play the cool girl and not respond? Or not respond, but just like respond in a way and not addressing the fact that he took a whole day to respond to me and act like I don't care. But I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I was thinking back to something that Matthew Hussey said, which if you've never heard of Matthew Hussey, he's a great dating and relationship coach. And he's like, you shouldn't play the cool girl. You should always just be direct and honest about how you're feeling. So if something's bothering you, you should say it. So I did.
That's terrible advice, because everything bothers us, right? Like, oh my gosh. Oh, my relationships would go to hell if women said everything. We already say way too much that bothers. Oh my God. All right, I'll listen.
I said, hey, thanks for the kind word.
Do you know what? I guess you say something if you're going to be passive aggressive later anyways. But it's better to just let it go and stop thinking about it. Because, oh my gosh, women saying everything that bothers them. Oh, I don't care.
Or whatever.
And then they get into the, I don't care. You don't care about my feelings. I don't. Because you have so many. God, it's like I have this much. Oh my. Okay.
But I really value consistent communication. And when I didn't hear from you yesterday, I felt a little sad. Like I actually used the adjective sad because that's how I felt, like a little sad. I wasn't like heartbroken or anything. I don't really know this guy, but I was like a little sad that he didn't text me back. So I said that for, 24 hours. And then
yeah, she communicated, I am crazy. That's what she said. He waited a day. A day is not that bad. It's not a week. It's not a month. It's a day.
Responded back and said, I don't want to make you feel that way. He said, I was just busy yesterday, but I'm sure I wasn't as busy as you. And that was it. And I was like, okay, I didn't love that response. So I didn't even respond back to it because there was really no reason to respond. And then he texted me this morning, which today's Tuesday. And he said, hey, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. He said, I would love to talk to you today on the phone if you have some time. So then I responded. Actually, that was last night. So then I responded to that text this morning because I was actually in bed after he sent me that text. I think he sent me that text last night at like 8:30 or 9. Yes, I go to bed by like 9 o'clock every night. That's crazy, I know, but I love my sleep. So I responded to him this morning and said, sure, good morning. That sounds great. Would you be able to talk at 5:30 today? ? And so that was this morning at 7:30. It is now 4 p.m. He hasn't responded. So we'll see if he calls me at 5:30. But it was a question of me saying, so are you going to be able to call me today at 5:30? And he hasn't responded. It's super easy to just respond to that text and say, sure, I'll call you at 5:30. Even liking the text would have been sufficient. But he's done nothing. So we'll see if he responds to that text.
Probably saw your TikTok. Yeah, you're cooked. If they catch you on TikTok talking about your dating life, you're cooked. Cooked. You're done.
In the next hour and a half, or maybe he won't respond to the text at all and he'll just call me at 5:30. Or maybe he won't respond to the text and he won't call me at 5:30 and he's just going to be ghosting me. I have no idea. But I am getting the vibe that this guy isn't very communicative. And I've already told him once, and I'm not.
She's in love. Yeah. Women complain about the men that they love. Yeah. Translation, I'm in love with him. I'm in love and I'll wait forever as long as he wants to text me. That's what she's saying.
I'm going to tell him again. So I'm just going to let him be who he is, see what he does, see how he communicates. He did tell me a couple days ago that he
could treat me like dog shit and I'll still be there. That's what she's saying.
Come into town this weekend on Saturday to take me on a date. So like, if he's going to be this, like, you know, non-communicative, then I don't really want to go out with the guy on Saturday night, because communication is valuable to me. I do value it, and it is important to me. Like, if I'm going to have a relationship, not that we're in a relationship, I realize we're in the beginning stages of dating, but still, it's like
yeah, if you got this much pent up energy, and it's like, has she even met him in person yet?
Really want to have that back and forth, like consistent communication. And it's just kind of weird that he isn't responding to my text, when in the beginning, for the first 2 weeks, he was always very responsive. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you agree.
Yeah, you're cooked. Done. All right, let's see part 2. Let's see. Now I guess we're in for the update. I'm actually very impressed that this woman is 50. Like, she looks great for 50. I don't care what anyone says. I understand she's probably a wouldn't just for her age, but I hope I look that good at 50, okay?
Over 50 story time, part 2 to yesterday's video. I'm going to tell y'all what the guy actually did. So last night I was supposed to have maybe a call with the guy that started becoming inconsistent with his communication. So if you didn't watch the previous video, go back and watch that really quick and then come back here and I'll tell you what happened. But in case you don't feel like it, let me just summarize quickly. So I matched with this guy on Bumble. We had a video call. We had a few phone calls. He's been texting pretty consistently until this last weekend. And my daughter got married on Saturday, and I was like, oh, I'll send you some photos, you know, from the wedding later. I said that on the wedding day, which was Saturday. Well, I didn't send him any photos until the next morning. And then he waited 24 hours to respond to that text, which I didn't love. Like, I thought that was very inconsistent. So I said that. I was like, I don't love the inconsistent communication, you know, and he was like, oh, I was super busy and I just didn't respond. He sends me another text saying, hey, well, let's chat on the phone, you know, sometime tomorrow. So I responded to that text the very next morning and I said, sure, how about today at 5:30? That was 7 a.m. Well, yesterday, he did not respond to that text. In fact, he left me on delivered. He didn't even read the text, which I know he read it because you can like read a text without opening it. Okay. But he left me on delivered regardless, which I didn't love that either. So then yesterday I'm thinking like, is he going to call me at 5:30 or is he just not going to call? Well, he didn't call me at 5:30, didn't return that text until 6:30 p.m. last night. And here's what that text said. It said, hey, I've been traveling all day. I'm really busy and I'm headed to dinner. That's it. He did not address like, oh, I know you asked me to call you at 5:30. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to. I've been working. I've been traveling. Nothing. He didn't say anything about it. So you know what I did? You know what I responded? Nothing. I'm not going to respond because first of all, he didn't ask me a question. Second of all, I just thought it was really rude that he took 13 hours.
And the thing is, this is why men don't want old women, because they just don't give the benefit of the doubt anymore, right? Like, he's probably with someone else. Let's just, right? But that's his right? This is early stages of dating. He's either with someone else or maybe he's busy. And her micromanaging all of this, that's just exhausting. She's cooked. Done.
Hours to return my text, and B, he didn't even acknowledge that I said call me at 5:30. So when it was his idea originally to have a phone call. So he's done. He's fired. On to the next. It's okay. I wish him.
If he comes back, she will say yes.
The best. No ill will. But since I value communication, this is just not going to work for me. And like I always
the men, she doesn't value it when they communicate. She's lying.
Say, when you remove somebody from your life, you're just making room for God to bring in the right person. And I know that God must be still working on me, because I also know this, and I heard this recently, which I love, which is, you know, God is just making me the best version of myself and the version of myself that I need to be in order to be ready for my husband to come along. So
wow, cooked. Anyways, guys, if you want to see what dating is like over 50, this is the lady. I want to see a full body.
Stop scrolling if you want to learn the best style solution when you're trying to decide between...
I don't care what anyone says. If I looked like that, was she like 55? If I look like that at 55, I'm happy. I don't care. I know you guys are going to say old, you're going to say wouldn't, but somebody's doing it. And we talk about this every show. Somebody is. She could go well with like the 70-year-old dudes. She would, yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Please like the video on your way out and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you've dated women over 50. What's that experience been like? Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.